Good morning, everybody. Yeah, just had my morning coffee. Check the stats. The stats are looking good for that video. A few people in the chat, in the crowd, in the comments section are trying to say to me, "Oh, why did you put Muslim in there? Why did you put Muslim in there? Because they were dressed like Muslims. Is it that difficult? If they were dressed like clowns and they were working for a clown thing and they were approaching people at ATMs, I would have put clowns in the title. That's what titles are for, so people know what they're looking at and what they're searching for. And it's clearly stated in the thumbnail, are they real or are they imposters? So I don't know what on earth you're trying to go there for. Just any excuse to to shut someone up. You think that you can tell me what I can put in my titles based on what I see in my video that I filmed myself? These people are way over the mark, okay? And if I have to go out there and give them a video that they can comment on because it is directly about them and whatever they're trying to put upon me, then I will do that. You know, this is a free country and people can go out there and discuss and talk about more or less anything they want, as long as their intention is not to offend anyone. And I've never got any intention to offend anyone. How am I trying to offend someone? By preventing a crime in public of, theft by deception in public. That's exactly what it is. You know, if people are accruing hundreds of pounds off the public for food for their baby, and the baby's not even real. People are suggesting allegedly, and all of these things are allegedly. You know, I'm not the police. I'm not here to police Nottingham youth. People are putting in the comments, "Oh, you wouldn't be doing that if it was a gang of lads with him." Well, of course, I wouldn't be doing that, because I'd be getting smacked all over the place, or stabbed, or stamped on, and everyone would be jumping for joy, thinking, "Oh, look at that guy who's bothering people by, you know, wanting a peaceful and civilized society. Let's all just jump all over him and call him loads of names and then feel really good and give everyone high fives and help the criminals carry on with their business because, you know, their life was tough one day somehow you don't even know about." You're all assuming that these people are under duress. You're all assuming all these things, and yet none of these things that you're assuming are negative by any kind of ways or attributed to their responsibility or accountability whatsoever. But yet every single minute detail and every single choice in my day that day, and my style and mannerism and my cadences and my tones and my insinuations or my subconscious biases are always under scrutiny. So you can come out here with a bunch of torches and take me out to the woods or something. It's absolutely evident, you know, of the systematic problem in the UK, where people think it's okay to live in glass houses and yet leave the UK's houses full of broken windows. You feel quite okay to criticize everything about my culture, everything about my community, everything about my actions, everything about my intentions, my cuisine, you know, my faith, my history, my ancestors. All these bads and good things that you are quite helpful to identify your perspective upon my reality, or your specific subjective reaction to my feelings or my reality. But that does not give you the right to control mine, okay? And that's the whole point of why we're allowing, or anyone in this world is allowing anyone to have a disagreement, is because we've got the respect to understand that no one is above anybody else in this country, and no one has got the priority in this country, okay, over anybody else by a law. Well, before Keir Starmer came in anyway, but I'm just saying, I'm allowed to go out there and label a video accurately, because that is exactly what it is people impersonating and misappropriating your culture. If you're a Muslim, that's not me doing that. And me putting that in the title is not to reflect badly on Muslims. Surely they are reflecting a lot worse on Muslims for a lot more people than I'm doing across the whole entire country, or whole of Europe or America. We've heard stories from now in the comments where this is occurring in Australia and all over the world. People are impersonating Muslims, or they are genuine Muslims. You are all assuming they're not Muslims. Like, you don't know them personally. How can you just automatically assume someone wearing a hijab or a niqab in public saying salam alaikum and then speaking Arabic to me, thinking that I was Arabic? Okay, don't get it twisted. She started talking to me in Arabic. I didn't understand her. She didn't speak to me in Romani, Gypsy, or Czech language, or Italian, or any sort of language that I would recognize from the Latin sort of phrases. or the Czech flake, or the Slovakian sort of dialect. I'm not a stupid individual. I wouldn't have put Muslim impersonators unless they were definitely impersonating Muslims. But of course, you must scrutinize me. You must find the easy option at all times, because facing the truth and reality of the two-tier system and why they chose to impersonate Muslims in the UK was probably quite flattering to Muslims, knowing that they were very charitable to fellow Muslims, and it's a very charitable faith. We could have spoke about that, but no, not at all. The real reason that you're defending, okay, these people impersonating you is because what they're really doing, okay, is borrowing your armour, and you don't mind that because it's still against the UK. And that armour is suggesting that by some reason, us having an issue with anything, with you having an issue with us, is somehow our fault. Everybody's allowed to have an issue with anyone they want, you know what I mean, and for any reason they want. And if anybody's got an issue with me accurately describing my reality in this free country via video, and they want to discuss it with me, then please do discuss it with me. If you want to get violent and start threatening me for a video that I made on YouTube, 4 hits, or for whatever reasons I choose to do under the legal laws of the UK, then that shows exactly what sort of person you are and whatever you're a part of, not me. All right, because my intentions are never to demonize anybody. I don't need to try. That's obviously some very evil people, in my opinion, allegedly. They're impersonating, because some people are saying they're Serbs. Some saying they're Muslim Serbs from Serbia and stuff like that. Who knows where they're from? I don't know why everybody's jumping to the defense of these people who are, in my opinion, allegedly, deceptively deceiving the public and Muslim women for their own selfish gain and stuff like that. And that's fine. I mean, I also took the video not just for social media fame. As you can see, many of my videos don't get many hits. I still make the videos. They're for my mental health, really. Just we're in the modern world, aren't we? If you see something happening, why not report it? Speak up if you hear racism. Speak up if you hear this. Speak up if you hear that. But don't speak up if you see people begging in public at ATMs and bothering people of the Islamic faith. Don't speak up then, because then you're giving a bad image of Islam. I'm giving a bad image of Islam. That's what they're impersonating. That's what they're insinuating. Or maybe you're so aggressively defensive, okay, that you're actually offensive in your defense of your faith. And I don't think that's appropriate. I think you're overstepping the line to try and control and dictate to me the creative direction of my choices in a free country. Now, all the people commenting to me in a negative way about my selection of my comments, of my opinion, of my views, just know that you have got your views and I respect yours. I don't come into your house, I don't come onto your channel, I don't come into your shop and start barking the odds at you about how to run your shop, or what you're allowed to sell, or what cuisine you're allowed to sell, what faith you like to represent, or what views you want to put out into the world. And that's why we are in England. We can all exist together. But if you want to persist in trying to insist that I do not have a right to exist or have an opinion, and you want to try and superimpose an opinion about me based upon your prejudices upon me, you are only in any sort of way, religiously or faith or spiritually, going against your doctrine, because it's not true. It's quite obvious to anybody, including people that have positively commented who are from Islam, who follow Islam. In the comments, they just say thank you very much for bringing this to our attention, because that's all I do with my channel. If I see something that's not quite right in society, I just personally come across it and I personally vlog it. I'm not trying to change the world and change anybody's opinion. What can I do? I'm just one man. I'm not here to be some sort of some political leader or some YouTube star. I'd love to be a YouTube star. I'd love to be able to make money just talking to people in town. But if you know me, you know my channel, you know that not all of my interactions are negative. But more and more recently, in the last 5 years or whatever, the reason that I started this channel is because I did predict that all of this cancel culture and this idea that you're allowed to only have your perception and only have your pain prioritized over anyone else's. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not anybody's fault that that you feel offended by my title. That's your choice to be offended by the title. Maybe you should be not watching these kind of videos. I'm not trying to offend you in the comments by answering back to you and being sharp with you, because you're already assuming that I've got a problem with your faith, or I've got a problem with your people, or I'm some sort of person who doesn't want to mix with people. But you don't know me, so what's giving you that impression? Just because I've filmed a video of criminals and mentioned your faith, that's really, really offensive to me. And it doesn't matter, does it, though? Because you're allowed to do that, aren't you? If I accused you of anything based on my snap judgment, then you'd be able to just like more or less sling me in prison for that. I wish I had that sort of power, because I'd sling you all in prison right now. See how you like somebody just taking one little word you say and throwing you in prison and ruining your whole career. Because that happens quite a lot often to many people in the UK. In fact, I think somebody died from that the other day in prison, from doing more or less like the same thing, just supporting their political view in public. You know what I mean? They got thrown in prison for it. And then they died in prison from it. And that prison is probably full of people just like you, who are just dying to beat someone up because they don't think the same as you. And that just, it's like, but that's based upon the feeling that this apparent, genuine feeling that they're in danger in the UK. And if they're in so much danger, then why is the population, the people demanding to come here so much? If the English is so intolerant, if people like me are so dangerous in the UK, then how come the numbers are increasing every single time we look at the figures? It seems to me that the facts speak a lot louder than your bullshit.